history.
Thank you, us from the future. If you're wondering where Ornella is, well, she's holding the camera. We're now amongst a swamp, one big, huge swamp. The reason for that is because Olaine was found among swamps and fields, so basically its beginnings can be traced to places like these. The reason place like this was chosen for our city is because a big turf factory was built before the World War II even began. That meant that more and more people started to spend their time in places like this, and that kind of made a town necessary. So it grew from a train station and a factory to having a school, and then being established as a city on its own. While I randomly walk at this random place that really has nothing to do with what I'm going to tell you, I still want to talk about celebrations in this country, mainly about one holiday which is called Jāņi. It's basically summer solstice. While it's not unique to this country, it's still very special to people in Latvia, and it's very special to their hearts. And I have a hunch that people who celebrate this holiday drink so much beer during one night that it's not compared to the amount of beer they drink for the rest of the year. And also, another random fact that has nothing to do with this forest is that Latvia has 4 big rivers: Venta, Daugava, Gauja, Lielpa. And specifically, I want to talk about Venta, because Venta has a waterfall that's in Europe is the widest waterfall of them all. It's called Ventas Rumba, and it's 249 meters wide. The point of this video shoot that we didn't edit in any way is to show that Olaine is basically surrounded by forests, which is not surprising when you consider that more than half of Latvia is actually covered in trees.
Culture.
And about the place where we are, we're basically in what can be called as a bandstand, which I think is quite a weird name. It's been open only this year, at the end of the spring, so not many events had happened here, but the city's parliament is planning a lot of events in the upcoming months and in the upcoming year. A very similar idea of a bandstand surrounded by trees can be found in Riga, but it's a lot bigger and a lot more grandiose. It's so big, in fact, that a lot of musicians, Latvian and otherwise, perform there. Riga celebrates its birthday there, but mainly every 5 years a big celebration happens, about which I'm gonna tell you in a little video montage. While me and my friends are having fun on the stage stop motion style, let me tell you about Latvian Singing and Dancing Festival. As I said before, it happens once in 5 years, but it always happens in the same city, Riga, our capital. In the last few years, the amount of people that take part in this celebration is about 30,000. But that's only the people who take part, not talking about the people who actually go to see and visit the actual celebration. The main part of the event always happens in this big place. Behind me is the Olaine Culture Center. It hosts and organizes events of different variety, from educational to plain entertainment. Sizes also differ. It can be a little afternoon concert to big festivals like the Youth Day or the district's celebration.
And now it's time for random facts.
As you can see, I'm sitting on a big, huge stone ant. Sculptures like these, for example, mushrooms, apples, or even spiders, can be found all over around the city. They have done it a few years ago, and I think they add quite a lot to the city's visual view. And a little fact that has nothing to do with these stone sculptures is that if you take 2.2 million people that live in Latvia and make them stand on one each other, then we would basically be 1/10 of the way to the moon, which, when you think about it, is not that impressive at all. I should have thought about that earlier.
Government.
Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. We're standing in front of the Olaine's Council, of Olaine's main building. It doesn't only govern the Olaine city, but the Olaine county. In the city itself, 12,000 people live, while in the district, 20,000 people. And as you can see, this is a map of Olaine. Well, I want to point out that while this is the places where people live. All of this is the industrial zone, which is not even the whole thing. In fact, it's so big that almost 2/3 of the city are covered in industrial buildings. Because of that, Olainen is referred to as the city of chemists. As you can see, Olainen's coat of arms magically appears above my hand. It's very simple by design. The three blood tears symbolize life, while the berries remind people of the swamps that used to be here. Another random fact that hasn't to do anything with the city. This is Bobo. He's my relative. He's a very nice guy. Say hi. Hi. That's it.
Education.
The big building behind me is the Olainen's first secondary school, which has about 700 students in it. I had the opportunity to graduate 2 years ago, while Ornella is on her last year. Our city has also another secondary school, which has about 600 pupils in it. In addition to that, our city has a college of mechanics and metal industry, an arts and music school, 5 kindergartens, one of them which is for pupils with special needs, and an adult education center which specializes on non-formal education. Students that visit our schools have very well results, which is proven by statistics from year to year, while Latvian pupils in general are well known all around the world for their good grades in math and physics.
Sports.
This territory houses one of the 2 stadiums. As you can see, an amateur football tournament is taking place right now. Football is one of the main popular sports in this country, as well as basketball, but the main sport in this country is ice hockey.
And it's not that our hockey team is extremely good, although Latvia is one of the 16 top hockey teams in the world, but more about the people. People here are die-hard hockey fans, and be that World Championship or a KHL game. When moments like these happen, the crowd goes wild. Just look.
The construction that I'm sitting now on is in the shape of an atom, which I find quite interesting, and as you have guessed, is another quite fascinating and interesting random fact that has nothing to do with anything at all.
Thank you for watching.
This is the city's canal. Ducks live here. How these ducks don't have 2 heads and 4 wings, I don't know.